Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the KOTLC Fanbase channel. My name is Joey, and today I am going to be going over some KOTLC theories. With KOTLC STELLARLUNE just around the corner, I think we're at like 90 something days now. It is still so fun to talk about theories about this book. It just makes me so excited for the book just to talk about what might happen. And now that we know a little bit more information about STELLARLUNE because they released the first 3 chapters, we have some new information to go off when theorizing about the book. So if you're excited for all these theories, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel and comment down below what theories do you have for STELLARLUNE. And before we get into the video, I just want to announce, we've said it before, but we have created a KOTLC Fanbase TikTok account. So if you want more content from us, make sure to check it out. It's linked in the description below. Let's get into the first theory. So as I said, and just as a heads up, I am going to be talking about the events that did happen in the first 3 chapters of STELLARLUNE. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Shannon Messengers released the first 3 chapters randomly. And if you want to read those, go check out my video. It was about like a week ago, and it will also be in the description below. Alright, the first theory is from Rosemary. Okay, so Sophie hasn't used her spy ball in a while. Why doesn't Sophie use her spy ball to find Keefe? But then again, she knows a few of the Neverseen members' names, so why doesn't she use it to find them? Or use it to spy on Glimmer until she takes off her hood? There are a million things she can do with it. Maybe that's why it hasn't been mentioned or used since book 4 or 5. Because Shannon realized it'll make things way too easy for future books. I don't know, just a thought. So the whole thing with the spy ball really confuses me because there has been so many people saying that she can just use it to find Keefe, but I'm pretty sure she can't because I did look it up and the spy ball is connected to the registry. So I'm pretty sure you can only use a spy ball on somebody who has a registry pendant connected to them at that moment. And we know that Keefe ripped off his registry pendant when he left for the Forbidden Cities, so I'm pretty sure it won't work on Keefe. And that's also why it won't work on Neverseen members, because obviously they're not connected to the registry because they don't have any pendants. They're totally the rebels. They're on the side. But then somebody mentioned something in the comment that totally like threw my mind and got me really confused, because they said that Sophie used the spy ball to spy on her parents, and they don't have registry pendants. So I'm just really confused with how this whole spy ball works. I really don't know, and all I'll say is it's not a bad idea for Sophie to just try. You know, it doesn't hurt to try. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. So yeah, good theory. I think Sophie should just try to use her spy ball. It might work. Who knows? The next theories are from Riptide. Number 1, I think Jency will become a phaser because his older brother is one, and Shannon will probably make them more important instead of barely appearing. I don't really know if Shannon Messengers has any more plans for Jency. As much as I would like to see him appear much, I only think we're going to get to see him if they go to Foxfire in STELLARLUNE. But I'm just going to be honest, I don't really care about seeing Jency that much. I feel like we should stick more to like the actual plot instead of taking in some side characters, but whatever. Number 2, I think Blur is Jency's brother because first, they're both phasers, and second, Sophie said his face looked familiar. I've heard this theory so many times, and it might as well just be canon at this point. So yeah, it's probably true at this point. Anyway, number 3, I think Brant could be Kenrick's brother. Hear me out. Some elves like Fitz and Beyonce have similar middle names, and Brant and Kenrick have Elgar and Algar, or something along that line. Check unlocked. And it would make sense since Brant's last name is redacted so that no one would know he's related to a Councillor. So this one does make a little bit amount of sense because they have like the 2 middle names that are connected, but I don't really know why Shannon would do that or how it like ties into the story that Brant is Kenrick's brother or how that makes sense. But I mean, maybe, I really don't know. Alright, the next theory is from Gretchen Rose. I think that elves and humans are related. After all, Sophie would have had to look exactly like a human with the same organs and everything to fool doctors. The main difference is that humans don't have special abilities or skills and elves do. Maybe they were the same, but someone had a genetic mutation that made them human, and when the first human had kids, maybe the mutation became dominant and got passed down. Eventually, a new species formed. I think that this is the secret past that has to do with Keefe's new ability. Vespera might have found out and wrote about it in her notebooks. After reading them, Jaiya realized that some humans have abilities, they're just dormant. Jaiya found a way for them to be identified and activated, which is Keefe. Maybe the reason the triplets manifested that night was because they were near Keefe. Maybe Keefe being able to control people is how Jaiya will form her army of easily dispensable humans. Wow. I'm gonna be honest here, that kind of blew my mind. Because in the first 2 chapters of STELLARLUNE, it is confirmed by Dex, I think, that Keefe has the ability to sense abilities that aren't activated yet. and potentially activate them or trigger them. So if Keefe can just sense if somebody has an ability and what ability that is and trigger them, they're saying that that is part of Gisella's and Vesper's plan, and that humans themselves have abilities inside them, but we're just so mutated that we don't even know, like we can't trigger them. So Keefe can trigger them and then create an army of humans, and like just it's kind of crazy, it's kind of like wild and out there, but you never know. I mean, Shannon kind of feels like someone who would do that, so it's possible. As much like it's kind of possible. Our next theory is from Arteret Stern. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but they say, I think that when Keefe is out on his own, the Neverseen are going to capture him and erase all of his memories of the Black Swan, Sophie, Fitz, and everything connected, and then put in false memories and then make him think that he was in a Neverseen all along. But they're going to forget to erase one memory of Sophie, so it makes them suspicious of the Neverseen's intentions. And the Neverseen did all of that to get Sophie to come save Keefe, so they can get all of Sophie's memories and things stored in her head, because Mr. Forkle still didn't tell her a few things. I also think that to make things more complicated, Sophie's dad is going to be from the Neverseen. So they're saying that the Neverseen planned for Keefe kind of to run away so they could capture him and then erase all of his memories and turn him bad. So I think that this theory is definitely plausible. Alright, the next theory is from Emily Pugh. I think that Sophie will go search for Keefe even if the others tell her not to. I think if that happens, Sophie will realize that she has feelings for Keefe, and when she finds him, Keefe would try to get away from her just to protect her, which could somehow lead to them both getting captured by the Neverseen. So I definitely agree that Sophie will go search for Keefe even if the others tell her not to, because that's exactly what happened in the first 3 chapters of STELLARLUNE. In the beginning of STELLARLUNE, Sophie reads the note and then immediately goes to search for clues and try to find out where he went, and then she goes over to Lord Cassius because that's how he got the Leaping Crystal to go to the Forbidden Cities, and then she was about to get the first 100 names of all the cities that he could possibly be at. So I think she is definitely going to look for him, and everybody else for some reason said that he's fine, that maybe this is good for him, that he can take some time and figure out his ability. And I do think as well that Sophie will realize that she has feelings for Keefe, and that already kind of happened in STELLARLUNE in the first 3 chapters. And that is why I am just so excited for this book, because so many things are coming together, so many things is just about to explode, and I think it's going to be a really magical moment when Sophie finds Keefe, so I just can't wait. This next theory is from Emma. Okay, so this is kind of a long shot and not a very big or long theory, but I think Jolie is still alive. She might have faked her death for whatever reason and has been hiding away for nearly 20 years, and Shannon will use her for a huge plot twist in the second to last or last book of the series. I'm honestly gonna have to disagree with this theory because I feel like if Jolie was alive, she would have revealed herself, or we would have known a lot earlier than the last 2 books. I feel like it's way too late to include that gigantic of a plot twist, that this character who we've thought and we've known that it's basically been confirmed dead for 20 years is gonna randomly come back and do something. No, I just don't feel it. And I just randomly found another comment that said, Glimmer is Jolie, and she doesn't want to show her face because everyone thinks she's dead. That does make a little bit more sense, because that would have meant that Jolie faked her death and joined the Neverseen as Glimmer, and that's why she doesn't take off her hood. So that makes a little bit more sense, but still I don't really think that Glimmer's Jolie. It's certainly possible, we'll just have to see. And to talk a little bit more about Glimmer, she really just has to take off her hood. I would feel so much safer and so much relieved when she finally takes off her hood and we just see who she is. And I am really hoping that Shannon doesn't do this thing that she always likes to do and make Glimmer be a character that we already know, and to make that a huge plot twist. I'm just hoping that Glimmer is a whole new character, Glimmer, but I don't know, you know how Shannon Messenger is. Alright, this is going to be the last theory of the video by Maya Plays. I know that this is kind of crazy, but I think that Sophie has a biological sibling. I had to think about it, and I've only been thinking of Sophie as a Black Swan creation, but what if Sophie's sibling was the first try for the Moonlark? So we all know that the Black Swan created Sophie to be the Moonlark, and they implanted her with all these special abilities. And what they are saying in this theory is that the Black Swan have had other tries and other attempts to create the Moonlark. To create, like the biggest, the greatest, the most powerful elf. So it does make sense that they might have had other tries, which might, you might classify them as Sophie's biological siblings. Oh, wait, what they're saying is that from the same DNA, from Sophie's same DNA, they made more tries of the Moonlark. But it does kind of make sense, because how did the Black Swan create such a powerful elf on their first try? So I don't know, it's just something to think about. I mean, it kind of gets your gears turning in your head. But you know, it's a good theory. So that was the last theory, and that wraps up all the theories in this video. Just reading all these makes me so more excited for November 8th, which is when STELLARLUNE releases. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel down below. And comment down below what your theories are for STELLARLUNE. What do you think is going to happen? Make sure to check out our new TikTok in the description below. Check out our Discord server. And that is going to be it for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next week.